What happened inside the Federal High Court in Abuja this morning is so dramatic, so unexpected and so deeply shocking that I need every single one of you to stop whatever you are doing right now and watch this video from beginning to end without skipping 1 second. Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to Global Headlines, the channel that gives you the raw truth without filters and without fear. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button right now and turn on your notification bell so you never miss our daily breaking news. Today is Friday the 27th of February 2026 and Nigeria just witnessed one of the most dramatic legal reversals this country has ever seen inside a courtroom. A man who was once the most powerful legal officer in the entire country. A man who controlled the office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice for nearly 8 years under former President Muhammadu Buhari. A man who held the power to prosecute or protect anyone in this nation. That man walked into a courtroom this morning with his wife and his son standing right beside him, and he walked out in handcuffs. Abubakar Malami, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, is back behind bars. And so is his wife, Hajia Bashir Asabi, and his son, Abubakar Abdulaziz Malami. All three of them back in prison on the same day. And the way it happened will leave your mouth wide open. Here is exactly what went down inside that courtroom today. Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court in Maitama, Abuja was presiding over the rearrangement of Malami and his family members on a 16-count amended charge filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission bordering on alleged money laundering and unlawful acquisition of assets totaling over 7 billion naira. Let that number sink in. 8.7 billion naira. Now, back in January specifically, on the 7th of January 2026, another judge, Justice Nuit of the same Federal High Court, had granted Malami, his wife and his son bail of 500 million naira, each with strict conditions, including the submission of landed property documents and travel papers. They met those conditions. They perfected the bail. They walked out of custody as free people legally and procedurally. Everything was done correctly. But then the case was reassigned. It moved from Justice Nuit's court to Justice Abdul Malik's court. And that is where everything changed completely. When Malami's lead defense counsel, the highly respected Joseph Daudu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, stood up in court today and asked Justice Abdul Malik to simply adopt and continue with the bail conditions that Justice Nuit had already granted, arguing that the Federal High Court is one court across Nigeria and that his clients had already fulfilled every single condition. Justice Abdul Malik shut that argument down completely. She ruled that once a case is reassigned and fresh proceedings commence before a new judge, all previous proceedings, including any bail that was granted, are legally extinguished, terminated, as if they never happened. And since the bail granted by Justice Nuit no longer legally existed, Malami and his family members would need to file fresh bail applications before her court. And until those applications are heard and determined they go back to prison immediately, Malami and his son, Abdulaziz, were ordered to be remanded at the Kuje Correctional Center in Abuja. His wife, Hajia Asabi, was ordered to the Suleja Medium Correctional Center in Niger State. A man, his wife, his son, all separated, all behind bars. On the same morning, they walk into that courtroom expecting to continue their trial as free people. The next court date has been fixed for the 6th of March 2026. That is when the fresh bail applications will be argued and when the trial itself is expected to begin in earnest. And trust me, what happens on March 6 could be even more explosive than what we witnessed today. But wait, because this story gets even darker, there is a completely separate legal battle running parallel to this one. Malami and his son are also facing a 5-count charge from the Department of State Services related to terrorism financing and illegal possession of arms. And here is the moment that shocked every Nigerian following this case. The DSS had Malami rearrested literally moments after he had just finished perfecting his bail conditions in the EFCC case and was walking out of the correctional facility. He went from the prison gate straight back into custody on the very same day, from freedom back to prison in a matter of minutes. For a man who spent 8 years as Nigeria's chief law officer, a man who controlled prosecutorial power across the entire federation, a man whose critics accuse of shielding the most powerful people in this country from accountability, finding himself on the wrong side of a court remand order today, is a moment every Nigerian must sit with and think about deeply. So, Global Headlines wants to hear from you right now. Do you believe the Nigerian justice system will deliver a fair, transparent, and conclusive verdict in this case? Or do you think political calculations will ultimately shape how this ends? And do you believe the 8.7 billion naira in assets allegedly acquired will ever be recovered and returned to the Nigerian public? Drop your honest answer in the comment section right now. Share this video so every Nigerian following this landmark case gets the full picture. If this video gave you clarity, please smash that like button and subscribe to Global Headlines for daily breaking news that tells you exactly what is happening in your country. I am your host, and this is Global Headlines because the truth must be told.